Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is officially playing out the short-term warning signal again, as we've seen many times over the last 1 month now, alongside the US stock market also still forming this short-term warning signal while we have new liquidity. That is right, new liquidity, new price targets starting to form in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, which is something that we need to pay attention to, especially now that this signal is playing out for the price of Bitcoin in the shorter term, while Ethereum is also playing out the same short-term warning signal, at least right now as of recording this video, while the price of Solana is potentially repeating history, playing out very similar price action to what we saw last time, and obviously struggling around this massive area of resistance in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, taking a quick look at the US stock market today. This is the S&P 500 index on the 4-hour time frame, and right now, obviously, we're still sitting close to all-time record highs as of recording this video, just after the stock markets, of course, come to a close for the day. But even though the price action has been forming higher highs recently in the US stock market, obviously, we're still forming lower highs in the 4-hour RSI, and also on slightly different time frames, of course, but still technically forming lower highs in the RSI, which is obviously a bearish divergence continuing to form in the shorter term for the US stock market. And technically speaking, we have one confirmation signal starting to possibly confirm this lower high in place in the 4-hour RSI, which is potentially starting to finally confirm this new bearish divergence. But obviously, that's only one small confirmation signal, which means if we see another slight little move up, that could quickly be invalidated. So ideally, I'd like to see a bit more confirmation here to be a bit more confident in this bearish divergence actually starting to play out over the coming days or weeks. And so the next 1 day or so, especially Friday, will likely be very important for the US stock market heading into the weekends, because this could potentially tell us what is very likely going to happen for the crypto market, especially over the weekend, because obviously for the weekends, the stock market's closed, which means basically what happens over the next day or so will likely set up kind of the short-term trajectory just for the weekend until, of course, we have more information in the new week for the US stock market. But either way, what I've already been saying this entire time here, it doesn't matter if we see a short-term cool off of this bearish divergence playing out. Either way, of course, we can still remain in this larger bullish trend. Obviously, the trend overall is still bullish, even if this confirms and plays out, let's just say for a few days or a week, for example, in a bit of a cool off here. Technically, we can still remain in this larger trend that is clearly bullish. And so that is the situation right now for the US stock market. And if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today, on the weekly time frame, not a lot has changed over the last 1 day. So the super chain indicator still sitting in the red, and also still playing out this massive oversold signal in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart, technically speaking, as I've already been saying every day since we broke out above 76,000, technically this shorter term price structure, or shorter term trend, if you want to call it that, is technically bullish. As we can clearly see, we are trending more in the bullish direction than, of course, the bearish direction. Now, obviously, it's not a perfect straight line towards the upside. We're going to see little cool-offs and setbacks along the way on the slightly smaller time frames. But overall, once again, the trend and the price structure here on the 3-day time frame, at least in the shorter term relative to the 3-day time frame, still technically overall more bullish than bearish, with the next significant resistance still sitting at closer towards around 86,000. And as for significant support, we have a lot of support in this area in between around 72,000 to 76,000 if the price were to get back to those areas. And if we're taking a look at the shorter term movements here on the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart, obviously right now in the immediate short term, the price of Bitcoin is perfectly playing out that bearish divergence, exactly as I warned about in my last video here on the channel. And so once again, as I explained yesterday, it's extremely likely we'll experience just a bit of a short-term cool-off, most likely a slight pullback in the short term, maybe for the next 1 or 2 days is what I said in my last video. So obviously over the last 1 day, this has been perfectly playing out as predicted, but could potentially continue a little longer here. And depending on what the stock market does over the next 1 day, especially here on Friday, obviously, it's likely that this could potentially continue for the weekend. Not necessarily a huge crash, but basically showing a bit of weakness, lacking bullish momentum, cooling off a little bit in the short term, kind of like what we saw just here, for example. Once again, I'm just letting you know in advance, if the stock market does not have a decent bullish movement over the next one day, if we actually start to play out this bearish divergence a little more over the next one day, it's quite likely that this will continue to some degree for the weekend for the price of Bitcoin. But I also want to make it clear that even though we're seeing a pullback in the short term and a bit of a cool off, a setback, whatever you want to call it, obviously this is not necessarily a trend reversal signal. It's possible that we can see these short-term cool-offs and bearish divergences and things like that during the bullish trend that is technically still active, as we've seen multiple times already over the last 1 month during this same bullish trend. And so once again, understand the difference between the different time frames. Overall, the trend for over a month now is technically still bullish. It's just the immediate short-term move, talking about a period of days during the larger bullish trend here, is of course a short-term cool-off, a bit of a pullback that could potentially continue for a little longer, maybe another day, maybe even for the weekend. So overall, those are my expectations here, and especially based on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, looking at the last 1 week worth of price action, we can now finally start to see new liquidity building below the price of Bitcoin this time around. Obviously, for the last couple of weeks, time and time again, we've been building a lot of liquidity above the price, helping to pull the price further towards the upside to liquidate a bunch of short positions. But then just over the last 1 day or so, while this warning signal is starting to confirm and starting to play out over the last 1 to 2 days, obviously a lot of other people out there on crypto social media and things like that were telling everyone to buy, buy, buy. We're pumping to the moon, when I was out here warning about this potential warning signal right here, short-term bearish divergence, saying it is quite likely we're going to see some sort of little cool off in the short term very soon. Not necessarily the end of the bullish trends, just a bit of a short-term setback, and this is likely once again going to continue potentially towards these lower targets, towards this massive level of liquidity towards the downside. Remember, no such thing as a guarantee, but usually the price of Bitcoin tends to move towards where we have a lot of liquidity, and this time around, this liquidity is sitting at roughly 77,500. So more specifically, in between around 77.4k to 77.6k. And now, once again, I want to make it clear that I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go to those levels. There's no such thing as a guarantee. Just keep those levels in mind as a likely target, potentially over the next couple of days, maybe even over the weekend, depending on what happens in the next 1 day in the US stock market. Once again, if we continue to show a bit of weakness, basically on Friday, of course, it's likely that we'll continue a bit more of a cool off in the short term, potentially moving closer towards this liquidity in the coming days for the price of Bitcoin. But overall, once again, we're likely going to remain in this larger bullish trend here, which means, yes, we could continue the short-term cool off a little longer, but then ultimately continue a bit more of a recovery potentially in the new week. And so overall, those are my exact expectations, predictions, and the key levels and price targets and signals to watch out for moving forward for the price of Bitcoin. And of course, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video in the description and in the pinned comment to those crypto exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses that you can claim using those links, and also fee discounts and things like that using the links below this video to those exchanges. But with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the daily time frame, and right now the Bitcoin dominance is starting to actually retest this previous significant resistance to possibly start to flip it into new support, and this is sitting in between around 60.5% to 61%. And so basically, while we're playing out this retest right now, kind of stalling or slowing down this bullish movement, but not necessarily a huge crash, basically what this means for Bitcoin and crypto is that right now a lot of the altcoin market on average, especially the larger altcoins, will likely, at least for now in the shorter term, be performing very similar to whatever Bitcoin does, not necessarily much better or much worse, at least right now in the short term, while we're in this retest phase for the Bitcoin dominance. Which means, of course, if Bitcoin is having a bit of a cool off, but potentially still remaining in this bullish trend and continuing the bullish trend a little later on, maybe next week, for example, we'll likely see something similar to that for a lot of the altcoins, especially the larger altcoins. So keep that in mind. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, obviously right now the price of ETH is still struggling in this massive area of resistance, still sitting in between 2.2k to 2.4k, especially that 2.4k level still obviously acting as strong resistance. And if we're taking a look at the shorter term moves, looking at the 4-hour Ethereum price chart, obviously right now in the immediate short term, the price of ETH is already already perfectly playing out this short-term bearish divergence, exactly as I warned about here on the channel. Remember, bearish divergence is most likely going to play out in the form of a bit of a pullback as a very likely scenario in the price. Not necessarily a huge crash all the way back down towards these lows, but once again, we're likely going to see a bit of weakness, lacking bullish momentum. And this could potentially continue over the next one day, maybe even over the weekend. So keep that in mind. It's likely that we're not going to see basically a massive bullish movement, at least right now in the short term. Potentially in the new week sometime, we might see a bit more of a recovery later on, but just in the next day, maybe the next couple of days, basically expect something similar to continue a little further, especially if we see something similar continue for Bitcoin. And as for support and resistance levels for Bitcoin, of course, these levels have not really changed at all over the last one day. And the same can be said about Ethereum. Technically, we still have some support here, which we're close to testing at just above 2.2K, around 2260 approximately. And below that, we also have a lot of support at around 2230 and a lot of support closer towards around 2170 to 2180. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the weekly time frame, we're still within this larger bearish trend, but we're also still holding above this massive level of support here at around $1.30. So obviously not a lot has changed here for the price of XRP on the weekly time frame over the last one day. But if we're taking a look at the short-term moves, looking at the 4-hour XRP price chart, obviously over the last 2 days now, the price of XRP has been perfectly playing out a short-term rejection from this exact area of resistance, still sitting in between $1.45 to $1.47. So obviously continue to expect strong resistance in that area. And remember, XRP, along with a lot of these major altcoins, will likely follow somewhat similar price action to what Bitcoin does in the short term. So obviously that means that now that Bitcoin's cooling off a little bit in the short term, expect something similar for XRP, which is already playing out here. And so it's likely that we'll continue to see a bit of weakness in the short term for the price of XRP. Not necessarily a huge crash, but basically price action kind of like this is quite likely just in the shorter term, especially because we've also now broken back below this level on the price chart, which previously, first of all the way back here, was important resistance and then support and then resistance again. And this was sitting at around $1.39, give or take. And just recently, a matter of hours ago, we've now started to break back below and started to actually confirm candle closes back below $1.39 here on the 4-hour time frame. So obviously just in the shorter term, yes, that is a bit of a bearish signal pointing towards obviously further points of support towards the downside. First of all, we have a bit of support around $1.38, but below that, the next important level of support is closer towards $1.35. And as for resistance, we'll likely now find a bit of resistance really in between $1.39 to $1.40. More resistance around $1.41.5 and major resistance closer towards $1.45. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 3-day time frame, obviously, like I've been saying throughout the video and many videos here on the channel, we've not yet fully confirmed the end of this larger bearish trend for Solana, but we're still in this massive sideways price range in the shorter term to midterm relative to the 3-day time frame. So obviously, over the last one day, not a lot has changed on this time frame for the price of Solana. But if we're taking a look at the short-term moves on the 4-hour time frame, we're actually seeing very similar price action right now in the short term as what we saw back here around mid-April, around 17th of April. Very, very similar price action right now to what we saw back then. Basically a short-term potential double top while running into this massive resistance here, while also playing out an overbought signal in the 4-hour Solana RSI. And so if history is any indication, we could potentially see a bit more of a pullback in the shorter term. Not necessarily a huge crash, remember, just a bit of weakness in the shorter term, a slight little cool off of some sort. It's quite likely over the next day, maybe even over the weekend, of course, especially if Bitcoin plays out something similar. Obviously, just pay attention to what Bitcoin does here to figure out what is likely going to happen for a lot of these altcoins. But at least over the next hours and days, most likely for the weekend, once again, it's quite likely Solana will continue to find strong resistance in this area, still sitting in between around $88.60 to $90.70. Expect the price to struggle a lot and likely reject from that area on the price chart. And as for support, we have a bit of short-term support around 87.70, and below that, the next important support is in between $85 to $86. And if we're taking a quick look at the price of Chainlink on the 3-day time frame, obviously, just like Solana and a lot of other altcoins, we've not yet fully confirmed the end of this larger bearish trend, but in the shorter term to midterm, still in this massive range here between support and resistance. So we still have strong support in between $7.90 to $8.50 and strong resistance in between $9.50 to $10. And for now, obviously, pretty much exactly $10 is still acting as strong resistance, a perfect level of resistance for the price of Chainlink. And so approximately that $10 level will likely continue to act as strong resistance, at least in the shorter term for the price of Chainlink in the coming hours and days here. I do not really expect a massive breakout, at least in the next couple of days. Maybe within the next week, within the next couple of weeks, it might be more likely we could eventually attempt a breakout here, but just in the next day, maybe for the weekend, I'll not necessarily expect a breakout. I'd expect a bit of a cool off and a bit of struggle just in the immediate short term for the price of Chainlink, basically following what I've been saying throughout the video. Obviously, we're likely going to follow very similar price action to what Bitcoin does and other major altcoins here in the short term. And so overall, those are my exact expectations, predictions, key levels and signals to watch out for moving forward for the price of Bitcoin and the crypto market. And of course, if you want to take advantage of any of these trades right here, then check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses and fee discounts that you can claim using those links to those exchanges in the description and in the pinned comment below this video. And of course, if you want to actually know how you can trade these sort of moves in the price of any crypto, no matter what direction the price goes, to profit at all times in the market, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.